deep freeze that we're in right now, and as the winter season intensifies with ongoing cold temperatures in our area, but we can make it warmer for our neighbors, and there's an urgent need for warm winter coats for those who may not have access to them.
So New York Cares, which holds coat drives every year, is calling for more donations, hoping to distribute 85,000 warm coats to New Yorkers in need. Sapreet K. Saluja is the executive director of New York Cares, and she joins us now with this call to help. So great to see you this morning.
Thank you for having us.
Such an important cause here. New York Cares holds this coat drive every year, right? But coats are still needed even though we're in the middle of winter. So how many have you kind of gathered so far to meet that 85,000 goal? What do you need?
So we're about halfway through the drive, but not even a third way through the collection. You know, as you might remember, just before Thanksgiving, it was 80 degrees out.
Yes.
Yeah.
And Thanksgiving was quite late this year, and so we rolled right into the holiday season. So we know folks have been busy. You know, they've been busy with their holiday preparations and meeting with family, but now it's cold, as you said. It's very, very cold, and the need is acute. And this is a solvable problem. You know, everyone can dig into their closet, find a gently used coat that has another life, that really could keep a neighbor warm, or they can volunteer to help us sort coats in our warehouse and get them out, or even $25 donation supports the distribution of 10 coats and associated programming to those in need. So there's lots of ways to get involved.
Now, you had mentioned you can even donate lightly used coats, right?
Oh, yes.
Gently used coats.
That's right.
But in general, though, across the board, anything, all ages, what
all
specifically?
ages, everything from infants all the way through men's and women's large, extra large, triple X large coats. You know, New Yorkers come in all ages and sizes. And we're finding families, lots of families coming to our distribution events. So we do distribution events in schools and at community centers, at shelters, all over the 5 boroughs. So every size is needed.
Yeah, and it's great that you mentioned the money too, the financial component to it too. If
Absolutely.
folks just don't have the coats to give away, you can donate as well. So how do you make sure, I guess, you know, that the coats are going to those who really need them the most in some of these underserved communities?
That's right. So New York Cares on a regular basis works with over 400 nonprofits across the city. And so as it relates to the coat drive specifically, they let us know the genders and sizes that they need. And so as New Yorkers donate their coats, and you can check out our website, newyorkcares.org, and you'll see the public collection points like the fire battalions across the city and some churches and schools where you can go and drop your coats off. Our partners at UPS and Piece of Cake Moving and Storage go and collect them all and bring them to our warehouse, which is donated for NATO, actually. We have volunteers who come in and check all the coats. Is there dignity in this coat? Does it need to be laundered? And then we sort them into sizes and bundle them. Volunteers do all this work, and our community partners come with their shopping list. And they pick out exactly what they need. So if it's a men's shelter, those are the coats they're getting. If it's a school, those are the appropriate sizes that they're getting.
Yeah. What if you're someone that's not directly connected to any of those organizations and you need a coat, or your family needs a coat? Where can they go?
They can also go to our website. There are a number of collection points that are also distribution points. And so you can check out all the partners that are distributing coats.
Is it just coats? You know, obviously there's so many things that go along with winter gear, hats, gloves, scarves, things like that as well. Are you collecting more than just the coats?
We're focused on coats. Folks do drop off other things. They're a little more difficult to keep track of, gloves and the like, but we're really focused on coats. But of course, there are additional needs. We have a number of retailers that have donated large quantities of items, including things like hats that are all brand new, make a big difference. In fact, our partner, the Mets, the amazing Mets Foundation, at a recent drive that they did calling their fans to Citi Field, donated an additional 750 hats to the more than 1,800 coats that their fans dropped off. Pretty amazing.
How rewarding this must be for you.
You know, it really is. You know, we look at the problems that our city is facing and we wonder, what could one person do? How could I spend a little bit of my time or my money and my effort and actually put a dent in a problem that society is facing? This is one of those ways. A simple act for any one of us could really make a difference in the life of a fellow New Yorker.
Well, thank you for coming in to talk about this, and thank you for what New York Cares does each and every day, and for where to drop off coats or where you can make a financial contribution. You can go to newyorkcares.org, or we'll link you on our website, PIX11.com as well. Great to have you.
Thank you so much.